I'm going to take you through some highlights on the Street Evangelist companion application that I built that works inside of Obsidian. What I'm going to do is show you from a brand new vault. So vaults are independent instances of an individual vault, and so you can have as many as you want. I have like on different topics. So I'm going to create a new one. And so I'm just going to call it demo and I'm just going to create it in my iCloud. No, I don't want it there. I want it there. Okay, so this is a brand new empty vault, and I'm going to get rid of the screen and snap this to this. And so this is Obsidian. This is when you basically, it's a second brain app. It's designed to link your thinking. So basically you can go in here and all the data inside of Obsidian is your data. It's not saved anywhere else, right? But if you put it in iCloud like I just did, now iCloud has it. But otherwise it stays locally on your machine, and they're all basically markdown files, little tiny text files. And Obsidian is smart enough to be able to to display them, and they're basically just web pages. All right, and so this is a demonstration from Obsidian when you first install it, and it's showing you, how the linking works, and it has a little graph over here, and this graph will show you what's, whenever you have a link on your page, it will actually show you what it's linked to. Currently, this is kind of gray, so that means it doesn't exist, and you can kind of tell it's faded here. This is going outside of, because you can tell it got a little arrow there saying it's going outside of your application out to the web. And so basically what it means is that I can click here and it will create a new note. There's the title here, and now I'm inside of that note, and I can put stuff. I can tell my Mac to dictate for me. I can say, hey Mac, can you dictate for me? I have a lot of things I'm doing with my fingers right now. Thank you. Alright, so now that that's linked, I can go back to this and you'll look at it, and there it is. Now if I go to preview and hover over that, that's the information that I just typed in that other note. And another thing you could do is you can pin this so that it's not removed. That way when you open up another note, it just opens somewhere else. Alright, now that's a little brief about Obsidian, right? Let's go through installing a few plugins so that you can get started making sense of how to use this. So by default, it's bare bones. And what I mean by bare bones, there are core plugins that are added to here. Like if you want to do audio recording, you could turn this on and it'll show a little microphone over here, and it'll store the recording directly inside of here, so you can create libraries of recordings if you want right inside of here. And then you have bases. Bases allow you to create a full structured tables like database. Obsidian treat notes inside of Obsidian as a database. And so you'll see that as you begin to work with it. You got Canvas, and you can use Canvas to design anything pretty much. A lot of people that use Canvas are designers or gamers. They tend to use it because you can drag images in there and represent them as, workflows and things like that. If you're into daily notes, I'm going to turn that off. Daily notes will allow you to have a calendar in here, and you can journal. File recovery. Got a trash can in here. So anyway, I'm not going to go through everything that's in here, but what I want to show you is the community plugin. So what we're going to do let me go out of here. If you notice, there's no menu across the top here, so no styling or anything, and so what that means is that you will have to know how to write Markdown. And so if I go into the code, you can't really see the source code, but say for example I want to make this one bold. Well, there's a header 1. This is a head 2 or header 2, and this is a 3. And so if I go turn the source code off back into editing mode, that'll go away once I'm off the line, right? And then if I go to preview, it just looks like that. So we're going to add a menu across the top to kind of help you. So we go to community plugins, right? We want to turn it on. We want to go to browse, and one of the ones that I like is the toolbar. It's called the editing toolbar. So I'm going to add that. And then when I close this, there's the toolbar. So whenever you're in preview or in source code, you can use this bar to add things. So if I want to say header 4, I can go up here and say header 4. And there it is. And if I go off of there, there's the size, And if I want to bold something, double click, bold. There it is. Okay. And then you can go into source code and kind of get a glimpse of what those codes look like. This is this end tag. This is the start tag to bold it, end tag to bold it. If I move this out of here and put it all the way over here, the whole line will become bold because that's where I told it to end it. So, yeah. All right. Now, here comes the good part. Now that you got a little glimpse of Obsidian, this bar over here slides out, gives you additional features and stuff like that. That's where we're going to install, or that's where our plugin for the street evangelism companion will display. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, this is a Mac, but I'm going to show you how to add the plugin. And so what you want to do is, I'm going to move this out of the way, go to the website, and I'm here. All right, so I want to download this, right? And there it is. Now I'm going to drop it directly into my plugins folder for this project, for this Obsidian Vault. So that's this one here. So I'm going to double click. Now in the Mac I can't see hidden folders, right? So I have to hit a keystroke. I hit Command Shift and then the period, and then hidden files will show up that have a period in it. I don't have a Windows, so I couldn't tell you how to do it there. And in Linux, I'm not running Linux, but I know Linux has the ability to unhide, hidden folders. So that's where you want to go. And then because we installed the one plugin for the toolbar, it created a plugins folder for us. Otherwise, it won't be there. And so if you don't install any plugins, you'll have to create this folder yourself. Since it's there, I'll just double click. And so you see there's the editing toolbar, right? I'm dropping my plug-in into this directory, but it's a zip file. Alright, so now I'm going to ask the thing to open it up because I want to unzip the thing. And it shouldn't bother, it's invisible. I'll just say open. It shouldn't bother anything to leave that there, but just get rid of it. So once you do that, I'm gonna just get rid of it. Alright, so once you do that, you go back into Obsidian. Okay, here I am, I'm back in here. Okay, and if I go to plugins, community plugins, you don't see it here. So hit refresh. It shows up. You turn it on. And when I turn this on, you're going to see a new icon over here. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 icons, right? Turn that on. There's the 8th one. There's the flame, right? What that gives us is a couple of things. So if I go back in here, there's a cogwheel here. These are settings. This takes me into settings. So here you want to put your name in here as the minister. You want to put your church. If you want daily scriptures to show up, click that. If you want to track encounters with people, click that. If you want to store your notes inside of Obsidian, if you want to store your results of your journal, the results of your prayer, the results of your testimonies as notes in Obsidian, over here in this section over here, everything is a note. This is a note. This is a note. That's a note. Okay. If you want to store them in here as well as in the app, it will allow you to do that. The great thing about that is that, and I'm going to demonstrate that in another video, is that you can edit the note and sync it back. So if you put a journal entry into through the app, and then it created the note over here, you can then go into the note. I'm gonna just play like this is it. You can go into the note and just, you can go into the note and simply add additional text in here to, represent your ideas. And then if you want to, like for example, if you add a testimony. Well, if you have information about that person already in here, you can link those two things, and then when you go into your graph view, it will show how those two things link. The graph view is this icon here that I showed to you earlier, and it shows how things are linked in a page. See, this one is not linked. This is the one that, so if I go like this, link me, right, and then I go back, you see it's all by itself. So how do I link it? So I can go either into welcome or I can go into create link. So let's go into create link, and then I can go down here, and basically I can go just like that, and there it says link me, and there's the link. And so when I go off of this line, you'll see it just look like a link. What that does, it links. It basically links this guy. So this guy is not alone anymore. And so the way Obsidian works is that you can actually open up a local graph view and see what's linked to this guy. Go here, and there's the local. So the local is showing you what's linked to, let me see if I can zoom in, get rid of this guy, move this over. And so what's linked to it is this guy, right? You can add arrows to it to show the direction of that link. So the link, there's the arrow. If it's too small for you, you can make it thicker, make a node bigger or smaller. Right. All right. Now, let's launch my plugin. You can leave this tab open if you want. And what we're going to do is click on this icon here, and there it is. There's our application. And so I'm going to drag, if I can get the handle on this thing, drag it over, and this is it. You got home, which is your dashboard. You got timeline showing you history, right? You got ministry. It's all about your ministry, prayer life. You know, if you need answers, you know, people got questions, or if you want to log encounters with people. If you know, these are scripts, like phone call scripts, but this is witnessing scripts for different occasions, or different answers, I would say, that people give you, right? Or something like this one is not an answer. This is like somebody's hurting, you know. And then you can go to doctrine, and this is about QJC, oneness, salvation. You know, you can use this when you're in the streets, you know, witnessing to people, right? And then you got your journal, and this is all about you and your things that you experienced, and you know, your prayer tracking, memory of scriptures that your favorite scriptures, and to fill in these these dashboard things up here, keep things up to date. So that's a quick tour. The other videos, I'm gonna go through each one of these so you can see how it works, and hopefully I can catch some bugs, because this is release number 1. All right, I will see you in the next video.